Witchy Don't! Scam Behavior Edition. A big no-no in the witchy world and the spiritual world is faking your client services. Okay, I've encountered a few people recently, one of them that I may have trusted a little too much, that has exhibited some ick behavior. Giving them the benefit of the doubt, maybe they're new to this whole world and they don't understand that this isn't something that you can do. But you do not reach out to an established practitioner and say, I want to start offering spell work, but I want to sell it and then you actually do the work. No, we don't do that. If you're going to sell client services, you do the work yourself. If you're not capable of casting those workings, you should not be selling spell work. Simple as that. Readings. Readings are interpretations of a divination device. They are intuition. They are spirit drawn. Don't get on a public platform. Let people ask you questions or pay you for readings, and then you pull up an AI tool like ChatGPT and let it give the textbook definition of the card. AI cannot accurately divinate. I don't care what it can produce by pulling information from the internet, but it cannot divinate for you. Those two things are a damn good way to get on my bad side. Red flags and internet witches. This shit.
The spiritual scammers. If you work with a practitioner and they have you sign a contract that looks like this, that is a huge red flag.
Like Granny said in her clip, that is a massive red flag. That is a huge sign of a spiritual con man. That is someone saying, I don't want other practitioners to be able to tell you that I'm scamming you.
No practitioner should be demanding that you only work with them.
If you try to get work from a practitioner and they send you a contract like that, especially a poorly written one and one with spelling errors in it, run. Run as fast as you can in the other direction and find you somebody else, because Yes, you can work with more than one practitioner at a time. You can work with them on the same issue. Just don't do it too much. Put enough space in between things, and it's fine most of the time. Now, there are some things that can contradict each other out there, you know, that's a thing. But this, nah. Witchy don't. Don't post your workings online within a few hours to a couple of days of doing them. Give them time to manifest first, especially if you're going to take the time to indicate what the working is for and what it's supposed to do, and give a big indicator of who the target of the working is. I don't care who you are or what kind of witch you are. What that does is it gives the intended target ample time to ward up, refresh wards, make fresh offerings to the spirits who walk with them that protect them, counteract that with their own workings, wash that off of them, because most of the shit y'all be doing can be washed off with a spiritual bath anyway. Cleanse, protect those around them from it. If you jump the gun and post that shit because you want to seem intimidating before it has had a chance to work, it ain't gonna work. Do I post workings? Yes. Do I post them right after I do them? No. Witchy don't. Judging other people's practices because you are uneducated on them or don't understand them. Let's talk about that one for a second, because it's something that happens on this application a whole hell of a lot. People will see a video or two here and there, or they'll read something on Wikipedia and think that they know everything there is to know about the different practices around the world, or they apply the rules of their own practice to all of the other practices out there. And then because of that, they judge people based on how they practice, what they practice, where their path goes, etc., all the while ending up making up scenarios, making up information, and contributing to the spread of misinformation due to a lack of research. That is incredibly damaging to the community in so many ways, because then you get new practitioners that do the same thing they did, look up a hot word or a keyword, and then they find that. And then that's what they believe. And it leads to more and more misconstrued information and the destruction of traditions and beliefs that have been around for a very long time. So judging somebody's practice, especially if you don't understand it, is not only icky behavior and insulting and disrespectful, it's incredibly damaging to the spiritual community as a whole. Spirituality is not a real-life game of D&D. And I think a lot of people on this app really need to hear that and think about that. Now, it's all well and good to enjoy your practice, to even have fun with it, to let it make you happy. But it's not Dungeons and Dragons, okay? You're not going to go out into a field together and have a witch off. You're all going to be standing there in your own individual spaces with your fire and such, and there will be not really a lot to look at. You're not going to get on live streams and demand that someone hit you right now, because if they can't hit you right now, they're a fake. That's not how any of this works. That's not how any of this has ever worked. And we get secondhand embarrassment when you do things like that. We're going to talk about another toxic behavior in the spiritual community, and that is someone trying to proclaim what you are and what you aren't. Trying to say that if you don't fit inside this little box, that you are not a witch. When a group of people pops up and says that if you do not submit to their order, their group, their rules, their regulations, etc., then you cannot call yourself a witch. That is predatory behavior. Usually, the behavior of a group run by someone who is a narcissist or in some other way mentally unwell. For a group of people, a literal group of people, to go around telling practitioners that they cannot call themselves a witch if they do not submit to their order, because they now dictate and rule all practitioners. I'ma say it, that's pretty culty. Red flags and internet witches, part who the fuck knows at this point? There's too many of them. This one's going to be a little list, because I got a few. Practitioners who are self-proclaimed elders, be it of a community, a practice, a path, or a religion. Practitioners who get up onto a live stream, challenging and demanding that other practitioners throw at them and make something happen in real time right there for them to see. That's not how that works, and you fucking know that. Practitioners who think that they have the ability to dictate what the gods do, who the gods favor and interact with, and think that they control things like the fates. Practitioners who make public shows of human juice magic for attention.